here so fast? Oh my goodness. You guys got in here fast. Well, I hope the wind noise doesn't bother you guys too much today. I'm trying to hold my thumb over the microphone on my phone so that way you don't hear the... It's not super windy here right now, but it's just enough to where, you know, it makes it kind of noisy. How's everybody doing? Ooh, maybe I shouldn't show behind me because that's the area that I've been cleaning up, and we'll save that for a video. How about that? This is kind of dangerous walking backwards. Oh man, there's a lot of you guys already. 328 people. Oh, wow, that jumped quick. Went from 300 to 600. Well, today, guys, we're just gonna be kind of wandering around the farm here, kind of looking at some stuff, talking about things that we've done, things that we want to do. Give a little bit of tour for those of you guys who maybe are new to the channel and haven't seen any of this stuff yet. I do have a farm tour video out there. If you look for it, type in the Cornstar farm tour, it'll pop up, but that was a while ago. Ooh, I'm gonna get out of this corner. Sorry, get out of the wind. My arm's gonna get in shape holding my phone out today, that's for sure. Wow, we got people from all over the place here. This is interesting doing this just on my phone after doing it, clean my camera off for you guys. After doing it on my computer the other day, it's kind of nice doing it on there because I can like pause it. But on here, not so much, but that's okay. Whoa, I accidentally hit the wrong button. Gotta be careful. You can hit a wrong button on the phone real quick and you can hit a live stream, and that's not the most fun. I think Neva's gonna be coming to join us here pretty soon too. She was getting some warmer clothes on. It's not exactly the warmest out here right now, but it's not cold. Okay, we're getting to the edge of the corn quick. We'll look and see how our corn's kind of popping up here in the field, and then we'll kind of make a circle lap around the farm, go in the sheds, talk about different pieces of equipment, any fun stories I have along the way, any questions you guys have along the way. We'll be stopping periodically to do that. Let's see, what else am I missing? I don't know. Okay, look at the corn. As we can see, we got some stuff up here. He's kind of fallen over a little bit. It's fun to look at the corn when it's in its early stages because you can kind of tell a lot about the growth environment for the plant, or maybe some distresses that it may have had along the way. We had frost here a couple weeks ago. Maybe it wasn't that long ago, but we had frost not too long ago. We really didn't have too much out of the ground. This is our first planted field. It was barely kind of poking out, so some of that corn might have got hit by that, but it was small enough where the frost wasn't going to affect anything. But anyway, this field here was actually no-till corn on corn. So that means we have corn growing on ground that was corn the year before, and we did zero tillage to this. Which is pretty cool. I don't really know many people who do this on any of their fields around here, let alone all their acres like we did, but we're giving it a try this year. We did it on a significant amount of our acres last year, and it worked out really well for us. By not having to run any tillage, it saves us a lot of money, which is pretty nice. Okay, let's find a question that someone has here, so that way I can interact with you guys a little bit more instead of just babbling to myself. It's easy to do. Sometimes I talk a lot. I definitely got that from Daddy Cornstar. Someone asked how often I pull off a ear of corn off the stalk and eat it. Well, that's actually a good question. Honestly, this isn't the corn that you would like. It's not sweet corn. We call this field corn. So this is what's gonna go into like animal feed or ethanol. So I've heard there's like a 3-day window where you can eat field corn when it's growing, but otherwise it tastes pretty bitter. It's definitely not as sweet as regular sweet corn. And everybody who's donated, thank you so much. I'm sorry I can't see everybody's. I can only see like 5 names at a time, and it goes through really fast. By the way, there's 1,600 people watching and only 464 likes. What's up with that? I'm just giving you guys a hard time, but if you do enjoy the stream, you might as well hit the thumbs up button. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we were looking at the crops. So far, it's looking pretty good. We got everything planted. We got done May 2nd, so everything in nice and early. We got some beans that are just starting to sprout up. Okay, let's look at the farm here. This used to be the auger graveyard. These augers, I'm not even gonna say that. There's a couple here that are good, and then there's a couple, I mean, they work, but they need to be gone. We still got a couple thousand bushels of beans left in this bin. I'll go over there and I'll open the door. We do not want to step in this. This is a pile of rotten beans. Daddy Cornstar. I don't know how that got there. But then over here, let's see. We got the MG sitting out, get nice and clean from the rain. Not really sure what we're gonna do with that yet. But over here, this area, actually 2 years ago, I cleaned up this south side of our big machine shed is what I call it. And I took out about 250,000 pounds of scrap steel just from this side of the building to the other. And it actually went out to about straight in front of us here. There was a lot of stuff in there. That took me about all summer just to clean up this area. This was my first area that I started cleaning the farm on. My grandpa was kind of hesitant about me cleaning other areas, but he was okay with me cleaning over here because it was just scrap piles mixed in with a bunch of stinging nettles and horse weeds. And people have suggested with our rotten beans back here, or any of our rotten stuff, which we'll get to the big rotten piles here in a little bit, that we can spread it in the field. Ooh, that's ripe. We can spread the beans in the field just fine, but with our corn that we have, the only issue when you spread it on the field is it grows, and it basically causes a zero yield for that area just because it grows too thick and kind of wrecks the population there. Right here we got my little miniature swimming pool that you don't want to swim in. Right here is where we actually drove our semis over in order for us to get our swing hopper auger when we were unloading beans during harvest time, because otherwise our semi sat too low to the ground. So we had to dig a little hole here for the auger to get underneath the semi. And I ended up taking the dirt that was in this hole and I brought it over there to fill in another hole. So I need to get more dirt back in this. Okay, let's look at the bin, and that looks disgusting. This won't happen anymore after this year. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this power head, and then we're gonna put a 35-degree incline on this, and then we'll be able to fill in this hole here so that way it'll just be level ground. Then we can get a proper auger under here with a nice, whatchamacallit, little bucket poly auger grain catcher thing. You know what I'm talking about. And then we won't have that issue anymore. But unfortunately, right now we do. And it's very annoying. And I don't like it. Okay, let's look in this bin. Oh. Whoa. Gotta latch the latch. Okay, this is what the inside of a bean bin looks like. Well, not a bean bin, but this is a bin that has beans in it. Oh. We want to be careful when we're walking on these things because these are like walking on little baby marbles. And if you've ever done that before, they're slippery. But anyhow, we got, I don't know, maybe 3,000 bushels of beans left in here. You can tell Daddy Cornstar has been cleaning out this bin. I cleaned this area right here that's pretty much down to the metal. And then Dad took over. Yeah. So what we'll do once this all, well, what I normally do when I'm running the sweep, I follow behind it with a shovel, and then I just keep shoveling it in front. So then that way, when you come back, you just have basically this much to broom up, and it's not too bad. But some other people like to just let the sweep run, and then this outer bit around the edge of the bin is a little harder to clean up. But anyway, This sweep here, it actually has an auger right here on the other side of it. I hope you guys can see, by the way. I apologize. And the auger brings the grain to the middle, and then there's actually holes in the middle, and there's an auger that runs under the floor, and it takes it outside. It's actually a pretty slick invention here, because at the end of this auger, there's a wheel, and it pulls this along. I'm not going to complain, though. It's better than doing the whole thing by hand, that's for sure. And it's also better than doing it with the grain vac. The grain vac isn't too bad when you're close to it. Come on, focus on my face. Ooh, boy. That's bright. Where was I at? I feel like I'm all over the place right now, guys. Oh, yes, the grain vac. The grain vac isn't too bad when you're close to it because it's a giant vacuum, essentially. And the longer your hose gets, the less suction it gets. So if you have to grain vac all the way to the back of this bin, you're going to be pumping out like 500 bushels an hour. And yeah, it just takes a long time. Okay, let's shut this. Wow, I'm really surprised I did that with one hand. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the white machine shed is what we call it. Someone asked how much a bushel of soybeans is worth. Honestly, I have not looked at the markets lately, and not much, that's for sure. Last time I knew it was around $8 and no, that's not right. $8, somewhere around there. A little more, a little less. Honestly, for a farmer to make money, you basically about have to be well over 9 unless you're getting really high yields. So with sub $8 soybeans in some places, it's going to take a lot of yield in order to have a break even on that. That's for certain. Anyway, we'll move on here to the white machine shed. As you can see, needs a little TLC here in the front. We got everybody's favorite tractor, the Oliver. This tractor's basically been getting a little bit of a vacation right now because we had a lot of our grain hauling done in the wintertime. So now it's just got a couple thousand bushels of corn left to do and a couple thousand bushels of beans left to do. We usually run the grain vac on this. This tractor back in the 80s had like 10,000 hours on it, and we run it all the time, so I honestly have no idea how many hours are on it. Knock on wood, the only issues we've ever had with this tractor is this wheel has fallen off twice. Ooh, what do we have here? See this hole? We have groundhogs in this building. There's several holes here, and what they do is they burrow under the concrete. See, they have several more holes over here. This is all the dirt that they dig out. And the issue with that is, once they dig under the concrete, now there's hollow spots under there, and then you drive something heavy over it, and it cracks the cement. Concrete. Oh, there's the grain vac. I should have known it was right in front of me. Whoa, cat's sleeping. The grain vac here is, like I said, a giant vacuum. This auger unfolds and then it sticks straight out the side. And then there's one tube here, but they attach up to this. You hook the PTO up to the tractor. There's a big drum in there that spins really fast, and then this just has an enormous amount of suction, and it sucks it right up into the auger, and then you transfer it on. Okay, we're going to balance on the balance beam here. We do have a ripper. We have only honestly used it once. It is kind of nice if we have really compacted, hard areas like where we park our semis in the field. That's kind of what we bought it for. But we're trying to go a no-till route, so I honestly don't know if this is a piece of equipment we're going to keep or not. We'll see. It's not hurting anything here right now. Didn't pay a whole ton of money for it, so it's kind of useful to have when we need it. I do have some more stuff in this building that I need to clean out. Very little, though. Once I'm done in the other garage that I'm working on, we'll come in here, get some of this junk out of here. It'd be nice to have this whole bay free of stuff. That way when we park stuff inside, like low stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be in the heated shop, but we'd like to have it out of the sun, out of the weather, it can go in a building like this. Kind of like the bean head and the corn head that are sitting over here. Oh, it looks like we have a sleeping raccoon right there. What's up with all these animals sleeping in here? But this is a 30-foot bean platform head. It is not a draper. We have an auger on it. Does everything we need it to do. Down the road, like a 40-footer or 45-foot draper would be really nice, but the price tag they come with is not really nice, and our combine is not big enough for us to run one. We have an 8-row or a 20-foot corn head. We run 30-inch spacings. By 30 inches, I mean from one row to the next row is 30 inches. Oh, hey, look, we have more groundhog holes. Okay, let's move on to the next place. I should probably answer a question. Do we have snakes? We have gardener snakes. We have bull snakes that I don't see very often. And apparently we have rattlesnakes, like timber rattlers. But I think Dad's only seen one in his life, so I've never seen one. We used to run into them every now and again when we were digging graves, not timber rattlers, but snakes. I haven't seen one for a very long time, to be honest. One time, this is where we get the storytelling here. When Dad and I were leaving the driveway here, one time here, we were just about ready to pull onto the road, and the snake came out of the grass on the right side of the driveway. And this thing was huge, like bigger than my arm around, which my arms are huge, so that's a significant size to that snake. But anyway, it starts pulling out onto the driveway, and our driveway is 25 feet wide, and we could not see both ends of the snake at the same time. I have no idea what kind of snake it was, never saw it again. It was honestly a beautiful creature for being so big. Like, we've never had anything over 4 feet long here that we've seen, so I don't know what it was, but Dad and I both saw it, so I'm not making it up. Okay, back to the tour. So we got the 13,500 bushel cooling bin is what we call it. This has corn in it yet. There's about 4,000-ish bushels in here. I'll show you guys inside the door. We got a sketchy kind of floor auger because the actual floor auger doesn't work, so we just stuck this one in the door. I mean, it's held together with pipe tape. Seems like it'll last a long time, right? Temporary permanent fix. Oh, I turned it the wrong way. Okay, actually right here is all the tubes for the grain vac that I was talking about earlier. And you can see the corn that's still in there. So when we're sitting here with the grain vac, it has to kind of sit right there, and we have to run a lot of tubes in order for it to get into the door to the back of the bin. So this takes actually quite a while for us to empty once it gets this low, because you're not sucking very many bushels an hour when you have that much hose. This is like a 4,000 bushel bin, I think. We have not used this for the last couple years. It's kind of annoying-ish to get in there. It's small. In the past, what we used to do is, this is a cooling bin, and by cooling bin, I mean it has a false floor in it, so that way air can actually blow under the floor. So when we put hot corn in there, we blow air in it to cool it down. This one has just a plain concrete floor, and we had tubes that run under the floor, and we could blow air into that. Turn around. That's what we used to do before they came out with false floors, or before we had a bin with a false floor in it. But anyway, we had an auger system here that was... You guys thought our old auger system was intriguing. We had one coming from that auger, from that bin to this red auger, and then from this bin also to this red auger. And then when that bin got full of hot corn and was cooling, then we were putting corn in this bin, and then when this bin got hot, full of hot corn and was cooling, then we started pulling out of that bin again. Now we just use the 13,500 bushel bin and the 50,000 bushel bin to do that, and it actually speeds up the process a lot. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, there's 3,700 people watching and 1,500 comments, so you guys know what to do. If you enjoy the live stream, don't forget to hit a thumbs up. You guys know days where you have a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? When you just feel like talking a lot and it's really easy to just keep going and everything flows well and you're somewhat interesting at least. Today is just not one of those days for me. I don't know what it is. Some days flow better than others. But we're going to adapt and we're just going to keep going, and that's how we're going to get better at talking. I mentioned this bin earlier. This is our 50,000 bushel bin. We call it that because it holds 50,000 bushels. This bin behind me is trash. Look how crinkled that is. We don't use this bin anymore. It's not safe. And we're actually 100% positive a groundhog lives inside this seam that's open, but I don't know how to get him out. I want to tear it down the road, but there's electricity on the other side, so I can't, at least not right now until we get that electricity moved. But we kind of have plans for the whole bin setup. Just the bin setup is an extremely expensive part of our operation to just redo. We have plans. Now, how about we climb the leg real quick? While I'm walking there. Oh! Right now we're under the hopper bottom bin that doesn't have any sides on the side of the hopper. We were working on this, no, not us. Sukup came out here and was working on this for us to get it fixed because it was leaking. And then this whole thing hit where they got shut down, or not allowed to come out here anymore. So it's been sitting like this for like the past 2 months. And that's their trailer right there that hasn't moved since then either. But anyway, let's climb the leg real quick, see what's up there. I'm pretty sure Neva said she was coming out here. I'm not really sure where she's at. Maybe she's getting her phone so she can watch the live stream, so that way she can try to decipher where we are and then she can track us down. Ooh, we're gonna have to move quick then. We got a long walk to the top here, 75 feet. I don't know what that is in meters off the top of my head, 22 meters probably. It's a good chunk. I apologize for leaving some of you guys out on the metric system. I mean, we're here in the US where we do things kind of silly sometimes. So I try to do my best to keep everything converted over for you so that way you guys understand when I say temperatures and measurements and everything else, weights. Oh, getting out of breath. We're like halfway. My grandpa used to climb this leg once a day to get his exercise. And the first time I climbed this thing, it's actually kind of intimidating. We opted to have the stairs on ours, which was a more expensive option when we were putting it up, like $20,000 more, but it's so much safer. Otherwise we'd just have a little ladder that we'd have to climb, and then I wouldn't be able to film and climb at the same time. Honestly, I'm not really looking where I'm going, so hopefully I don't trip. That would be a long way down. Okay, we're at the top. There used to be a hornet's nest actually right underneath these stairs. So the first time I ever came up here, when they were up here, it was not a fun experience because I was on this top platform on the other side, and then they started swarming. Ooh. When we're on top of this leg and it's windy, you can actually feel it sway a little bit. It's a little bit sketchy. I'll give you guys a little view from up here. So you guys can see the house. Oh, look at that. Remember that tree I said I wanted to take down, and I listed the reasons why I wanted to take it down? Look at the top of it. It's starting to die. Good. Now that gives me a real good excuse to tear it down. The front yard is looking a little bit shaggy yet. Everything we tore down with the excavator. We still got some little holes and little roots and stuff. We have not mowed here yet. The grass is like a foot long. Doesn't look very good, but I've been cleaning that building out. We can mow anytime, but that building has been like that for like 30 years. My philosophy is, when it comes to stuff like, for example, mowing. It's something you have to do sometimes twice a week, once a week, all the time. But you can mow. I mean, how much better does your yard look when it mows? Like, yeah, it looks nicely mowed. Let's say I just mowed all this grass here, but I left all the junk. Doesn't really look any better. But now let's say I neglected the mowing for a little bit, but then I picked up all the junk, and now when I mow, it's gonna look really good. So that's kind of my philosophy. I'm just kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul right now, getting the stuff that hasn't been addressed for a long time, the stuff that is a serial messy issue, and then we can do the project that'll take us an hour later. So that's my philosophy on why I haven't mowed. Guys, Cornstar is not my last name. Just letting you know that. But anyway, we have the Grove over here. The Grove is 14 acres. There's actually a little creek that runs right through the middle of it. I am really looking forward to getting that cleaned up. There's not as much junk down there as it looks like there is. It's just really spread out. Honestly, I could probably pick up all that small stuff down there in less than 2 weeks. I'm not gonna put a time limit on it though, because whenever I set time goals on stuff, it never goes nearly as fast as I want it to. Oh, someone asked. No, they didn't ask. They told me the Grove needs to go. No, I like the Grove. I don't like the. Hey, Neva, we're up here. Oh, you guys see Neva right there? She's waving, or she was. How'd you find us?
I walked out and you said, hey, Neva, we're up here.
Oh. But anyway, the Grove it's really nice habitat area. We have a lot of deer that are running around out there, a lot of squirrels, a lot of rabbits, a lot of birds. So I don't want to accidentally destroy a bunch of habitat and stuff. I just want to get rid of all the bad trees. All right, who is being troublesome in the comments? Oh, people. YouTube comments are very interesting. We really like reading them, and sometimes you definitely get some unique perspectives on things, which we like, because we don't want to get in the mindset that we know everything here on the farm. So we try to. I'm getting really distracted right now. I got neighbors driving by in the sprayer and stuff. I'll point them out quick. That neighbor right to the side of us here, he planted a cover crop on his field, so they just got done spraying that, and now they're going to another field. But anyhow, when we're reading through the comments and stuff, we pick up a lot of cool ideas from you guys, so we really thank you for that. Okay, I'm probably going to climb down from the leg here in just a second. Okay, guys. watched the neighbor drive by. Let's wave goodbye. Now, I'm glad some of you guys have stepped up to the 21st century and know how to use the internet, and you can find my last name. That's not very hard to do, so you don't need to put it out on the live stream if you know it. If you want to look it up, it's not that hard to find, but common courtesy here, guys. I don't put it out for a reason. I don't want everyone showing up on my front door, so you guys don't have to act like you're 12 years old. I get a little annoyed by that. Even though some of you guys that said that probably were 12 years old. Oh, hey, Neva's up here.
Hello. Show them that.
Hey, there's a bird's nest.
Just kind of staring at it.
You got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'm out of shape. That was hard. Are we going back down already?
Well, we can stay up here for a minute if you're out of breath.
Yeah.
What's our average electricity bill on the farm? It depends on the month. We have some months that it's over $1,000 during harvest. Generally, the 2 months we're in harvest, it's $1,200 to $1,400 a month. But we're running a lot of electricity during that time. But normal, $200. Nothing too bad. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm missing donations here. I can't see them all. I can only see a handful of names at a time. And they go through very quickly. Someone must have done a big donation that I missed, so I'm going to try to be courteous here and find it.
Why?
Is there any questions you saw on there?
I saw a few, but I don't remember them now. Let me look for them.
I'll let you talk for a minute
Oh,
while I read.
okay. Hello. I'm done talking. Hi, everybody. It's really high up here. It's really pretty, though. There's lots of windmills. Do you show them the house?
Yeah.
It's cool. I don't know what else to say.
Neva's at a loss of words today, too.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell him what happened to Roger?
He just disappeared on us. I don't know. I guess he didn't want to hang out with us. And he left. And he left us wondering where he went. Because we don't know where he went. He hasn't shown up.
How many hours of sleep do I normally get?
Maybe average 5. Sometimes less. He doesn't sleep ever. It's sad. Got any questions? We're both at a loss of words?
We're both at a loss of words right now. I think Daddy Cornstar pulled in. Oh, there he is at the bottom of the driveway.
Why is he stopping over there?
I don't know what he's doing right now.
Are you sure that's DC? Oh yeah, because he went to go fill stuff up.
Why you got paint in your hair?
It's not paint, I'm just getting old. They're, what do you call them? Gray hairs. I'm getting old. I'm just kidding, I was painting.
All right, let's go walk down the ladder. Let's go see what Dad's doing. Oh, we got a visitor here. That's one of my workout buddies who is here a lot sooner than I anticipated him to be.
Hey Cole, let's race.
Neva wants to race, but I'm first, so I wonder who's gonna win.
Me.
Oh, I'll give you guys a quick little view from on top of the leg. So we got the 32,000 bushel bin in the back that has soybeans in it right now. The old auger graveyard, that's the area that we're cleaning up at the moment. We're kind of rained out of there right now. It's muddy, so not a lot of fun to work in the mud, not a lot of fun to have the skid loader in the mud, so we're just staying out of the mud. You guys can see my nice little path right there that I've been taking with the skid loader to go down to the burn pile. We got the bin set up here. Interesting looking, to say the least.
Are you going down?
Mm-hmm. Someone asked how the leg works here. So At the bottom of the leg, it fills, but inside of these two vertical pieces, there's actually a conveyor that has buckets on it. And so the grain falls into those buckets and it's lifted to the top, and then at the top it turns around and then it goes down this little chute here into what we call the wet holding bin, or the hopper bottom bin. Babe, someone just asked who Roger is. What do we respond?
He's a tiger that lives on our farm. He's a miniature tiger that lives on our farm.
No. Hey, what are you guys doing in my house? Hey, wait for me. I got 25 minutes left. We'll have to go down there and say hi to them, see what they're all doing. I have some friends that come out and lift with me. I have a garage gym, and so allows us to have a little bit of fun together. Some people have been concerned of the, meeting up with people around here. Where we're at, we're in a low risk area, I guess you could say. So we're still under the recommended 6 people or 10 people or whatever. So we keep our distance. We're just working out. It's a good time. We're gonna go an hour live stream today, guys. So we're at 36 minutes now. We're gonna stop in 25 minutes. How much do I lift? Well, it depends on the lift. I can bench press 275 pounds, maybe. I can squat 325 pounds. And I can deadlift 400. We'll go with those numbers. Okay, let's hop in this building real quick. We got the Geo that's sitting here a little dirty. We got the 9370 minivan. We got Noah walking by, totally ignoring us. We got our combine, our 7140 case tractor. We got our workout facility. We'll let them be. They're not exactly the most comfortable on camera yet. They gotta get conditioned to it. Hey Noah, you got any words of wisdom?
Get your planning done before it rains. Otherwise you rush to get stuff done, and then your things break down, and then
is this off experience?
No, I just know a guy really well, and we talk a lot. That's about it.
How much do you squat?
Most of our squat is 225.
Don't lie.
No, seriously.
Kilograms?
Something like that, maybe. I wish.
No, he squats like 500. He's strong. All right, let's see if we can find Daddy Cornstar. Oh, I see him. Oh, he's getting excited. He knows he's gonna be on camera. Oh, he's running. It's funny when you whip the camera on Daddy Cornstar, he gets really excited.
We gotta get ready. I'm gonna unload this quick. It's almost 6 o'clock. We're gonna be doing live stream pretty soon, Cole. Neighbor?
No, we're live streaming right now.
We're live streaming right now?
Yeah, we got 20 minutes left in it.
Oh, is it 6 o'clock already?
No, we started at 5, early tonight.
Ah, they're trying to fool me. I don't know if they're pulling my leg or not. Hi, neighbor.
Hello.
Man, look at neighbor over there. Well, this is pretty cool. I'm filming you as you're doing a live stream.
That's true.
What have you been into? Hold on. Neighbor, have you been painting today?
No, I'm getting old.
Look at this. Neva's got
Old lady.
white paint. Oh, I forgot. I was thinking we were doing the live stream with this one. It's actually Cole over there doing the live stream. So how's the live stream going?
Good.
This is exciting.
Oh no, we're at a very bad connection spot.
He's running. Yeah, I just pulled in and I'm like, whoa, we got to get ready for live stream.
We might have to go over here. Sorry guys, we're in a very bad connection area. The machine shed I think is blocking it. I forgot, it's like a internet dead hole over there.
Just walking around trying to find internet connection.
Now you guys know what Dad does when he's filming, how he does it. Okay, let's see. Internet connection, what are you doing? Internet is frustrating sometimes. It's great when it works, but when it doesn't, it's frustrating. Why don't we have an excavator? Well, it would be really nice to have one, but I don't have enough jobs that permit the purchase of one to justify it on our farm. I just rent one from readers. Okay, connection, what's up with this? We were totally fine just a minute ago. Now we're not. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm trying to read and I'm trying to do this at the same time. Okay, right here. We have internet. Dad, we have internet right here.
We've got internet over here.
We're good right here.
What are you guys doing? Just running around the farm on it?
Yeah, we're just kind of touring everything.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to, I was going to go do a tour in the big machine shed here, but I'm not sure we're going to get signal in there.
Yeah, you might not. It's kind of cloudy out today. It's actually, I think it's kind of chilly.
A little bit. Yeah.
But, man, how many people you got on there right now, Cole?
4,800.
That's unreal. I like it.
All right, what do you got in your hand there, Dad?
Cole took some of the money that people been dishing in and stuff, all his money that people donate, he's putting it towards other equipment. So now me and Cooper and Neva, we have other cameras we can use, so we're not always using our cell phones. So like this thing here cuts the air out, the wind, so hopefully we can even get better quality filming for you. So I've been learning how to try to set the cameras up and stuff, and trying to get creative.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't seen any of the videos I've done off this one yet, but so that's what, like I said, donations and stuff to go towards. Cole is putting it all back into for you people, because it's you guys making the show. We want to try to get better quality stuff just to make it, I think, fun to watch. And
We're all having struggles for words today. Dad can even agree. Some days you have a lot of good stuff and you can talk, and others it's like, man.
yeah, I think it's the weather and stuff that the waves just don't come to my brain like they do on clear days. I hope everybody on that end is doing great. I can't see the questions from here. My glasses tint up in the sun, and it's not sunny, but they're not tinting back.
Yeah, I forgot mine right now.
Oh, and then Cole, there he goes. I've been running around doing a bunch of cemetery work today with Memorial Day weekend coming up, trying to touch up some of the graves that settled over the winter, try to get things touched up and stuff, and there's been a lot of people running around the cemeteries. And I've been talking to a lot of them.
Yeah, Dad got trapped in the cemetery the other day. He pulled in and he started touching up some graves, and there was a car in front of him, and then a car pulled in behind him, and then a neighbor pulled in who likes to, we'll put it this way, talk your ear off. So Dad got stuck there for quite a while.
And it's hard because I like to talk to people, so I was telling Neva actually the other day, I know sometimes when we're busy, you know, neighbors pull in and stuff, but I said it would be really sad if nobody ever pulled into us and wanted to talk. I guess it's better to have people want to talk to you and stuff than everybody just drive by like, no, there's Daddy Cornstar, ain't taking the time. So I'm okay with it.
This camera that Dad has right now is a Canon M50, and then we have an 11x22 wide-angled lens on here, and then a Rode Video Micro microphone.
And sometimes I accidentally bump the focus and I like bring it right into me. I'm trying to get used to that I can keep it set out further.
What happened to Roger, Dad? Do you want to tell Roger?
Roger, we've had a lot of people ask about it. Roger, I think he's a cat that likes to roam the neighborhood. We have a neighbor half mile down the road or so, and I've seen him there twice. The last time was probably 3 weeks ago. He was sitting up on the deck of their house. So I think he's one of them cats that just like to roam around, but he hasn't been at our house for probably 4 weeks or so now. But he's still around as far as I know. We had a dog do that one time too that came by. It was a really nice black lab. We took it to the vet, got all its shots and stuff, and just let it hang around. It stayed for maybe 2 months, and then it went to the next neighbor's house. After we talked to the vet, we found out that same dog went through like 5 different people, and it got its shots everywhere from every person. So it was a roamer.
Do you remember the big snake?
Yeah. Did you tell them about the big snake?
Yeah, but I want them to double clarify. You guys know I haven't been talking to Dad, so this is how you know the story's true.
God, how many years ago was it? We were heading down the driveway at the farm that we're at now, which was my dad's place. We were heading down the driveway, and I suppose our driveway's at that time 10 feet wide, 12 foot wide maybe?
Say 20.
It was wider than the car. You could probably get a car plus another one beside you. But this giant snake, I mean, it was a big old fat snake. It went from one side of the driveway to the other side of the driveway, and it was just going along, and I wanted to, in a way, run my wheels up on it. It was so big, but I realized when I got closer, I thought, if that snake got that big, he had a lot of age on him, and we just let him go. But then once he got in the ditch on the other side, we drove up there, and I don't know if he had a hole or if he just went so fast in the grass, but that was the longest snake I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. So hopefully you told him the same story, or we're liars.
It's funny how, you know, we each remember different things of different stories. Like, I remember what car we were in and everything, and I just remember we saw it go across the driveway, and we were both just sitting there speechless.
It was a big snake.
Yeah, it's huge.
We have bull snakes and stuff here, but usually maybe the longer ones might be 5 foot long or so. I mean, you see more in that 3 foot. And then garden snakes. We see a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot of garden snakes, but a few garden snakes through the summer, but they're not very big.
Are we selling the 4840? Which one?
The Massey 4-wheel drive one, I think, the 4840.
We're thinking of selling the Massey 4840, which is the 4-wheel drive one. You know, let's try to go in the big machine shed here. If we lose signal, I guess we lose signal. There's 13 minutes left in the live stream. We'll be able to see what's in there.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see back there or not.
Then we can talk a little bit about kind of some of our tractor plans and stuff. So we have the John Deere 4840, which is what Dad ran the planner on this year. We all really enjoy that tractor. But we have a second 4-wheel drive tractor, Massey Ferguson 4840, that we don't really use anymore, so there's kind of no point having it around, so we might sell that.
I'll be right with you.
We got the backhoe right here. It looks like we got a seal that's leaking on that. It's kind of leaking like a sieve over there. The Nessa fuel trailer holds 990 gallons. The John Deere 4840 will walk up onto the backhoe trailer. This is the trailer that we use to bring the backhoe and skid loader to go dig graves. 1981 International Semi. Cornstar 4300 pulling that. We got the white 24-row planter right here with the 2013 Case Magnum 340 on it. We have our fertilizer trailer. Both of these tanks are 2,600 gallons. The Mixmate Fusion is chilling right there in the middle. We have that on a 1988 Freightliner. I like this semi. Way back there we got the Massey Ferguson 4840. And then we got all our other semi-trailers, our 2 other Volvo semis, our 2 grain carts are back there. Cooper's balers hiding right there. Uh-oh. Bad connection. Silly connection. Very bad connection. I don't know what it is about this building. Some steel buildings you can get really good signal inside of, and others you cannot. This skid loader behind us here is a demo unit. We're pulling it with our Dodge Dually. It's got a V10 in it. It's a gasser. This is not a diesel truck. We don't have any diesel trucks here on the farm, besides our semis, actually. Oh, Dad's hunting me down. He's replying to all his Snapchat fans right now, though. Dad doesn't have a public Snapchat for everybody. He does have a personal Snapchat. He spends way too much time on it. Daddy Cornstar, Daddy Cornstar. Oh, come on. You'd think we'd get good signal now. I hope everyone can hear me okay. I really apologize for the signal issues that we have. I don't know why. I can get LTE. It says I have LTE connection right now. Silly internet. Hey, Dad. Do we ever plant any sunflowers?
No, but I cut them down when they do grow.
Why?
I don't want them flowers to float around the seeds.
We used to have sunflowers that for some reason in this hayfield right here, they would grow. And they would get so big. I remember Summer and I, my sister, when we were little, we would actually go out in the corn and we would climb the sunflowers above the corn, because when Daddy Cornstar was in the big machine shed, he could look out and see us above the corn. You remember that, Dad?
Them sunflowers are the biggest ones. They were like trees. And they would climb them and you could see the sunflower moving around above the corn. I ain't kidding you, they were actually huge, and it took a hatchet to chop them down. But one time Mama Cornstar had one growing in her garden and she was so proud of it, and I kept wanting to take it down. So before it seeded out, I chopped the top off. She wasn't real happy at me. But they grow out in the field. They get out in the field, they grow and grow and grow, and they're a hard one to kill.
And sunflowers are not good for the corn either, because they rob a lot of nutrients and they grow big.
Yeah, I was just trying to see what people. I just turned on my cold Cornstar. Let's see. I've had a lot of people the last few days when I've been running around doing cemetery work. A lot of people pulling in that recognize me and come over and talk, and that's really, really nice.
We have 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the live stream, guys. So if you want to say something, you got a little bit left to do it.
Somebody asked, do we hunt turkeys? Now and then we do see turkeys up this way. They're not too much around Cole's place, but south 10-15 miles you'll see turkeys now and then.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen one here in the yard before.
I can't say
I got a bunch of deer that run through here. 'Cause every night it seems like there's about 10 of them standing right here in this grass, or they're up there in the alfalfa. Right now they have a nice little area they can hide in that tree pile. They just don't want to be in that down the road. Might get a little warm. Kind of the plan is basically from right off the edge of the porch straight down to the road. We're going to get all this smoothed out, reseeded with some really nice grass. Then we'll have the yard nice and straight, looking good, nice and smooth. And then everything out in the grove is going to be planted with alfalfa, and then that wraps down all the way behind the farm back to where the auger graveyard is. And then that basically wraps all the way around the big machine shed back up to here.
Somebody said hello from Pella. If you're ever in Iowa, you got to check out Pella. It's just one of them. It's a neat town. A lot of older homes that are just fixed up to the T, and they always have a lot of tulips and stuff this time of year. So check out Pella.
Dad, why does everyone always recognize you instead of me when we're in public?
I don't know, and my hair is always messy too, but when we do go out, it seems like everybody recognizes me more than Cole, and it doesn't bother me, but a lot of times people will come up and talk to me, and then they'll say, "Where is Cole?" He's right here.
Someone asked about the progress we're having on the porch. I called the guy a few days ago now. He said he was going to come out and get all the measurements and stuff that we needed for the porch, but I haven't seen him. I haven't heard from him. So if I don't hear from him by the end of the week, I'm going to have to call him again and see what's all going on there. I'm sure they have a lot going on too. The weather probably hasn't been the most favorable for them as well. We've been getting just some rains around here every couple days or so, just enough to kind of keep the ground wet.
Somebody asked, how hot does it get here in the summertime?
What's the hottest you've ever seen?
I'm guessing the hottest I can actually think off my head, I know we've had some 103 to 105. That's kind of not real common, but there's a lot of times in the 90s with a lot of humidity. It gets hot, so hot sometimes that the humidity, what is miserable.
Yeah, 90% humidity at 95 degrees. I don't know what that turns out to, like real temperature, or what it feels like. It's pretty toasty.
Someone said hello from UK. That's a long ways away, but hello.
Do you know where the UK is?
Well, it's not here.
If you guys ever want to stump Daddy Cornstar, give him a football question.
I don't watch very many sports, so sometimes people ask me some questions, and then all at once they'll say, you do know we're talking about basketball, don't you, or football. We don't watch a whole lot of TV, I guess, so I've never really gotten much into sports.
No, none of us really have. I think I turned my TV on for the first time. I've lived in this house for a year now, and I've turned the TV on once, and that was like 2 weeks ago to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Just don't watch it.
But if we're somewhere and somebody has sports on, I mean, we'll sit and watch it or whatever, and it's fun to watch, but just something we haven't gotten into much.
The whole 5-point touchdown, right, Dad?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Oh, man.
Oh, everyone's saying hello to you now.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. And it, to me, it's just something when and Cole can look on his computer from where everybody is from the world, and it's unreal, the distance that we reach out to.
What's the plan for the Oliver that we pulled out the other day?
That's a tough one. Parts of me, kind of the reason we're selling some of these old tractors, they've been sitting for so long. I just hate to let them sit and sit and sit, and then 20 years from now they're in really bad shape, and there's people out there that want to fix them up and stuff and do things with them, so I think it's really cool. The Oliver, we're having a toss-up. I'd kind of like to fix it up, but then it's like, how much money do we want to put into the old girl? But it would be something kind of sweet to do too, so we're kind of having a toss-up on that one.
Holy cow, we have someone here from Mars, the planet.
All right, I've been there before in my dreams. But it is cool to howl. And I got some packages and stuff sent to me. It's unreal where they come to. Somebody sent me a big box of Snickers the other day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got them in my freezer in the shop, and I think I've already ate like 5 of them. So I know Mama Cornstar ate one.
Got them yesterday and you ate 5 already?
Well, I had a couple in the cemetery today, and then Mom and me had a couple, so. But thank you for the Snickers. That's very much. I like them.
We're working on some merch right now, guys. We're still designing what we want to go on stuff. It's a process to come up with that stuff. Like, you get so close to a design that you like, but it's just not quite what you're looking for, and then all of a sudden you run into more issues, and I've been having that going on. But we are working on it. We're hoping very soon to have some shirts, hats with Cornstar apparel out for you guys.
Somebody asked how you became a farmer.
How I became a farmer?
I don't know, you or me.
I was born.
Yeah, I was born into it too. My dad was a farmer and his dad was a farmer, and we just kind of followed the footsteps, I guess. But you always got to remember, just because your dad or mom's doing something doesn't mean you have to follow those same footsteps, but if you love it, do it.
Exactly. Dad always gave us free choice when we were younger to, if we didn't want to farm, we didn't have to. He was always very supportive of whatever we wanted to do. We just so happened to want to farm.
And sometimes I forget too, I'm with the boys a lot. I always want Summer and Mama Cornstar to know how important they are to us too. Sometimes you get doing things with certain people all the time, and I just never want them to forget how important they are to our whole family too.
Exactly. All right, guys, we're wrapping up here on the stream. We got 40 seconds left. We're gonna cut right off at an hour. I have stuff I have to do here later.
Cooper was gonna come over too. We thought the live stream was at 6 o'clock, so we apologize about that. And Cooper is having a great time too with everybody. He's starting to come out a little bit more, doing more filming and stuff. And I think it's really neat because Cooper is a huge part of the farm, and he's probably one of the big backbones of keeping our machinery going. So thank you, Cooper, and always give Cooper some good compliments too. He loves reading that stuff also. It makes you feel really good.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. We'll have another video out tomorrow, so 6 o'clock p.m. Central. Tonight was just an hour early on the live stream, so if it threw you off on your schedule a little bit, I had stuff going on later tonight, so we had to push it up an hour earlier. We do what we gotta do.
That's right.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
Night night.
Thanks for watching.
Here comes Neva.
Wait.
I wanted to scare you.
Neva's gonna say goodbye.
I was gonna try to scare you.
Yeah, she's.
I failed. Bye.
All right, bye, guys.
I was gonna